No matter where you go, remember the road that will lead you home. No matter where you go, remember the road that will lead you home. That will lead you home. No matter where you go, remember the road that will lead you home. No matter where you go, remember the road that will lead you home. That will lead you home. That will lead you home. No matter where you go, remember the road that will lead you home. No matter where you go, remember the road that will lead you home. That will lead you home.
Yes, once again, fellow Biafrans, lovers of freedom, men and women of goodwill, conscientious people, wherever you are all over the world, I say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and to some of you, good night, depending on your time zone. This is Radio Biafra Extra, and we are streaming live through Radio Biafra London. Radio Biafra London is being anchored by the Deputy Leader of the Indigenous People of Biafra. His name is Mazi Uche Ukafo Mefo. He is from Abatete. Abatete is in Anambra State, and Anambra State is Biafra land. Mazi Uche Ukafo Mefo is the man who have assured us that he will not allow the heart of this project to see corruption. He is standing in a deputizing capacity on behalf of our supreme leader, Mazi Nande Okukano, the king of Afari Beku, the one and the only man who stood up to speak for the collective interest of the Biafran people for over 60 years now. By the grace of Chukwu Kikabiama, I remain George Onyibe. I come from Abo. Abo is in Delta State, and Delta State is Biafra land. As always, I must acknowledge the Creator, Chukwu Kikabiama, the one who sits in heaven and presides over the affair of man. For in the end, we are gone as a people without him. And in my humble way this morning, I say to him, Okwa gị bụ echeto obi esike o. Okwa gị bụ ike anyị ji aga o. Okwa gị kewara osimiri le. Imekwa ọnwa anya ga ka ọ tụrụ ime. Okwa gị yo Chineke o. Oke mmiri na-ebu ogwe. Okwa gị yo Chineke ma ebuchi mo na ebuchi anya ije ahụ ụzọ agada gbajiri zọ nwoke obiọma olileanya nke ndị Biafra o anyị na-erere ọkụ na anyị na-agbara ọkụ ogene ka ga-eji toro gị ye gị nna aga m akwụ isi ala ye gị nna mo ibuchi mo anyị na-aja gị mma o n'ihi na ị mara mma ịhụnanya anyị obiọma gị o juru anya dadi o inwe gị mgbanwe o ọ dịghị onye dịka gị ebu Alfa na Omega anyị niile na-asị na n'ịdị mma o ise. And of course, without wasting much of our time, we will go into our topic this morning, which is simply titled, The Noble Idea Behind the Biafra Restoration Project. The noble idea. The noble idea behind the Biafra Restoration Project. Noble idea is referred to a goal or action which we admire because it is based on a high moral principle. There is an idea, there is a reason why men begin to fight to restore Biafra. And this idea, this reason is based, first of all, on goal. What are the goals to achieve? The next is the action that accompanies the targeted goal. These are based on high moral principles. People wake up every day, abandon everything they have to do, and they begin to fight and say, let's restore Biafra. If I may cite two men who has placed themselves on the line, you will be able to appreciate the noble idea behind the Biafra Restoration Project. Not everybody will understand. Not everybody understand. And so it's our duty to tell them. A lot of people today are still lost because they don't understand the noble idea. They don't even see any reason why you should restore Biafra. In the days of the emperors, everyone had faith, implicit faith in the noble intention of the emperor. All of them will always justify the actions of the emperor surrounding the given theory. And that is why today, if you look at everything rulers has done from time immemorial to this very day, the people who follow them, should I say blindly. But that is because they were able to appreciate the faith behind their idea, whether it was noble or not noble. They focused on what they are going to achieve. They focus on the goal that is set before them. And this goal and principle are based on a very high moral principles. Today, I want you to sit down as a black man and think about it. You worship those who kill you. You kill yourself for those who want you dead. These are not noble principles. It is because you have not taken time to consider what you are doing. And then there are only very few people who will make any sacrifice meaningful or tangible. Today, as Biafrans, men has proven to us that the idea behind the restoration project is noble and as such cannot be abandoned. Many of us don't understand. And today, I am happy in my lifetime, another person is trading on that path, which is our leader, Mazen Nandekano. But many of us, of course, are in on this struggle. But we do not understand the idea, the noble idea behind it. If you fail to appreciate it, if you fail to hook onto it, like every other man who has gone before us, you will throw it away. When we talk about the story of the imperialists who invaded Africa, you call them Lord. The British are not ashamed to tell you that Frederick Lugard is a common thief, a common thief as they call themselves, a common criminal, and should have been treated as such. Everybody who has invaded Africa, forget about the oil and gold and diamond you are stealing, you are a common thief. But you told your people it's about noble idea. And so your noble idea is to come and kill us, impoverish us, kill at will. You think you own the world, but believe me, kingdom rise and kingdom fall. This morning, it is almost in few hours from now, we will be remembering those who died that we might live. They died for noble idea. How can you remember them? How will you remember them if you do not have idea what they represent, the quest they fought for? How will you? Today, the Yoruba pastors are robbing you and ripping hell out of you. But of course, they come with a noble idea. No Yoruba man will condemn Yoruba. No Yoruba man will write good article about Biafra. If you like, pretend, garnish their write up and say they are writing in your favor. This thing will dawn on all of you one day. To them, they don't condemn it because it's a noble idea to them. As far as there is one Igbo Mugu man going to bow down for Adeboye, Kumuye, and Oyedepu, people who have Islamic background, why wouldn't they Islamize you? And when we tell you, say, how else do you want us to tell you the truth? That like terrorist Lugard and prostitute Flora Shaw, the same stand the Yoruba pastors have. The same stand. There is a noble idea to undo you. That is why, as Igbo man that you are, if you like, worship the whole world, they will never appreciate you until you make them show respect. Don't you understand the noble idea behind the Biafra Restoration Project and what it entails? That is why we can shout from here till tomorrow. Tell them they have conquered all our village. Our Wosa will not show remorse. Fulani will not show remorse. Because their noble idea is to kill me and you and take over our land until we make them show respect. Everything we are doing will mean nothing to them. But then we are here doing the same thing over and over, and there are men and women who are telling you that you are not doing them right because they do not see the noble idea behind your stand. And so this morning, I want to remind you about some of them. Ujuku understand the noble idea behind the Biafra Restoration Project. And so he put two principles in place. Number one, he set a goal. What was his goal? What was his target? He simply wanted a nation we can call our own. He wanted to restore the nation that have been taken from us. That was his goal. He wanted us to be the author of our destiny. He wanted our rights to be respected as human. He wanted Niger Delta to be developed and better than Dubai. Yes, he wanted Enugu to be better than Britain. These were the noble idea. These were the things that drives him. A Biafran today, where people will be coming to take passport 1 hour. Those of you who go to Dubai, is it not 1 hour passport, the visa they give to you? They give you visa Monday morning. It expires 3 hours later. The same Dubai who has come to borrow money from Nigeria during the reign of the late terrorist Buhari. Today you are going there. How many hours? When you go to buy Dubai visa, they ask you how many hour visa do you want? You say, okay, give me 1 hour, 30 minutes. And you are okay with it because maybe you are a politician. You are stealing money. And so you do not see the reason why we are doing what you are doing. Ojukwu understand all these things. He prized it. He prized the president of Biafra, and he know that there is no sacrifice too great to make. These are noble principles. He's not here today. He was not a perfect man. He committed a lot of crime against the people of Biafra. But you dare not say it. Because his noble character silent all his fault as a man. And tomorrow till tomorrow morning, he remained one of the greatest heroes, one of the most noblest Biafran that have walked on this planet Earth. He wanted us to have hospital. The noble idea behind what he was doing, he wanted us to be protected. The noble idea behind the Biafra restoration project in Ojukwu time, he wanted us to have respect. You cannot be a graduate and you have PhD, HHB, BBQ everywhere in the world, and when you come, you are telling me you are professor, and you want me to see you as a Biafran, that you are better than a Keke na Pepe rider. Do you know how many Keke na Pepe rider and tricycle rider or Okada rider? Do you know how many Agberu on the bus stop there who has that PhD, who emerged with a better flying color than you in the university? The day I will tell you people what I studied will amaze all of you. Some think I'm just one boy, and I want all of you to work very hard. They are working very hard to find out, what did this guy study? Which university did he go to? I will tell you there are things you don't know. You will never know anything I don't tell you. Even with the one I tell you, I will lose you inside of it. And now you understand. If you like, call yourself your excellency, Akwo excellency, Akwo general, doctor, professor, barrister. Call yourself anything. If you are a Biafran and you do not key into this noble project, there is nothing about you to be admired. I want those of you here in Biafra land, in the zoo, to consider your way. Look at that your Fulani Oga in the office. Look at that your Yoruba Oga in the church or anywhere, and hit your hand in the chest and tell me they are better than you. That you have not been able to see the noble idea behind the Biafra restoration project. And you see nothing wrong even when they kill you. You help them justify their action. Ojukwu saw this noble idea. He prized it. And he knew our life can be better if we remain on our own. He did not just prize the noble idea. He did not just sell goal and target. He moved for it and was willing to sacrifice. First of all, if you do not understand the value of Biafra, how exactly are you going to fight from it? And some people think, oh, it's about Mazen and the Kano. Of course, you have your fear. But this require a time where your implicit faith is deployed. You must have faith in Biafra and no other, except you are not genuine. Ojukwu father was the richest man in Africa. He never owned oil. Of course, we know how he made all his money. I could say he was really smart in his time. He was a noble man, a very humble man. He was guided by the principle of a true Biafran. He has stopped his son from joining the Nigerian group of company. But of course his son knew if his son did not join Nigerian army, If his son has avoided politics and focused on his business, he would not have known what he knew today. He would not have seen what he saw that day. But Ojukwu was willing to sacrifice everything. We know how it means to be comfortable. Some people are so comfortable that they think they are invisible. Some people command 1 million men, and in their heart they think they are untouchable. I tell you, the moment nobility is removed from what you are doing, you are dead. You are dead. Because it is as a result of noble thinking. That is why people who do not know the location of Biafra land are coming into Biafra land to destroy Biafra land. Because in their mind, it is a noble quest, either for Allah or for their people. And Ojukwu gave up everything. He would have been dead. Him alongside with all his men would have been dead. They knew this. We know what Achuse went through. We know what Onwatwegu went through. We know the encounter of the boys' camp. These were little children, 9 years, 10 years, 15 years, with firewood to fight Awusa, Fulani, and Yoruba with AK-47. Because the noble idea was planted in their heart. We remember them today. If you do not see the noble idea behind Biafra restoration, you can't give your best to him. And Ojukwu knew he has to sacrifice anything sacrificable. He only needed men who will justify his action, that he may sound like a noble theory before all of them. Today I ask you as a Biafran, do you see the nobility in what we are doing? Do you see the nobility in what we are doing? Do you admire the principle behind our actions? Do you understand the idea and the goal we intend to achieve? Ojukwu understand that having a goal is just the beginning. You need to back it up with action. Let us think about it. For 3 years they were killed. And these 3 years they held their ground. Of course, anytime Nigerians tell you it's no victor, no vanquished, people compel Ojukwu to shut down. People compel Ojukwu and say, shut down. He who fight and run away, live to fight another day. And for some reason, he shut down. And he left. And I'm glad we are here today. But Ojukwu understand that behind this idea, there are goals, there are things to achieve. Nigerians didn't stop them. Yes, they were still killing. Yes, they were still raping. Yes, they were still manufacturing saboteurs, people who do not understand what we are experiencing today. Yet they were having their way, but we tell them how it's going to end. They didn't tell us how it's going to end. Do you know what they suffered, the pressure upon them from the global community for 3 years? And you that is telling me about Biafra, are you willing to stand that? Can you stand that in 3 years? Sometimes we are distracted and we think we are entertainers. And we are looking for Biafra. Just think about those generation of 1967. Can you stand the pressure they stood for 3 years? If you cannot, begin to prepare your heart. That is when I see some people, they say, oh, we are going to frustrate him. We are going to kill him. More, George Onyibe. When you have not started shooting. Because of this noble idea we see before us, we are ready to face anything. I call upon you, Biafrans. Go back and find out why Ojukwu did what he did. I understand your position. You should stop pretending. Yes, I love what IPOB is doing, and I think they should tone down. They should not curse anybody. They should not insult anybody. I have not done that. But I tell you, thunder will fire your generation. If you think that way, this is the type you don't want. And why did I say that? You have never issued a press communique. your idiocy mind have not led you to condemn the actions of Fulani herdsmen, that is because they have not gotten to your village. You see why we curse people. Fulani herdsmen will come and ravage and kill, and then you go to Yoruba church, they use candle and coconut water to wash your remaining bread with all your PhD. They say, don't worry, the Lord is going to do it. But they are not killing Yoruba people now. Your people are the one they are killing. You can't come home now because you think we are the kidnapper. Before, you were thinking we are the kidnapper. A noble man will not want to look at the evil and paint it. They actually weigh the cost. That is why when people telling you, oh, we are men of God, we are gentle, you are idiot. You are not man of God and you are not gentle. When Jesus came into the temple in Jerusalem, he thought that they have turned his father's house into a den of thieves. The Bible says he made a scourge of wheat. He turned down the table of the money changer. He yelled at them and whipped all of them very well and said, this is the house of my father. It should be called the house of prayer, and you people have turned it into a den of thieves. The leaders of the Sanhedrin, the Pharisees and the Sadducees, none of them recovered from Jesus' action on that very day because Jesus understands the noble mission and as such must be protected. Please, brothers, please, sisters, politicians, saboteurs, Afaribeku people, Abo people, Niger Delta people, all of you who are involved in what we are doing, who witness, who encounter what we are doing, can you tell me your action is noble? You are a governor in Nigeria. You are going to kill us so that you, as a Biafran, you continue being governor. Do you think that when Biafra come today, anybody is going to kill you? Our leader said something. He said some politicians are afraid because when Biafra come, they are going to kill them. And then that is why I said of them to die when Biafra come. Biafra will never come. Of course, I understand. But if your heart is pure, you wait for that day. Nobody is going to be a murderer in Biafra land, or else we start spilling the blood all over. It will not happen because I understand this project is built of principle. Noble principle, I must tell you. But am I telling you that as an idiot you will walk away? No, a special prison will be dedicated to all of you. And all of you will stand before the justice system. If you can defend your actions so far, if your good can conquer your evil, I will assure you, you will walk away freely like every other. But if you are the one selling our land to them, make sure before you appear the Biafran judicial system that you have returned all the land. Who is going to kill you for making mistake? Who is going to kill you for showing remorse? Who is going to come after you for doing the right thing? Nobody. Nobody. But because you cannot see the noble idea behind this restoration that is for the good of your own brothers and your sisters, your sons and your daughters, your wives and your in-law, you're still struggling on that path. We are not backing down because we have priced the Biafra and it is more costlier than gold and silver itself. I can assure you that. You have failed to see the noble idea behind this thing. Today on social media, everybody is saying, oh, they have killed George. Is George the first person they killed? I think the spirit of George is really strong. That is why his own got viral. But they kill millions of people like that every day. Americans, European, Chinese, Japanese. The life of African does not worth anything. But there is yet any African man with a noble idea who will say, let's go. The ones who moved on, those without noble idea killed them. And then we begin to sing about the heroes in the coffee. Heroes in the grave. If American like, let them have Malcolm X or Martin Luther rally ground. It makes no sense to me because they killed him. And they would not have been able to do that except one of your black ass like you supported them. You supported them not because you hate what they are fighting for, because you've not been able to conceive this noble idea. Your actions today will reflect your character tomorrow. It doesn't matter how much you are highly positioned. You will understand the idea behind the noble quest. As I am speaking it, I don't believe you. I need you to understand it. But I have said it. You will understand it at the right time. It was to back with their action. As a Biafran today, what are your actions? Believe me, many Biafrans are ready more than you can imagine. And they will fight us again. They will kill us again. They are almost set. In Ebonyi State, where you have the International Islamic School, that place they set, was it with they hide, was it not Gaddafi, or no, not Gaddafi, one of the Islamic terrorists in Ebonyi State. 3 days ago, they dropped ammunition there. Every mosque in Biafra land is an armory. Outside the mini barracks they build inside the forest. We are not talking about the illegal official standing barracks. We are not talking about the checking point in our land. Most of you don't know that police, their vocational job is to go and kidnap. Police, Nigerian police and army. Once they need money, they just carry their gun, wear mask, go and rob you. Do whatever they like. They tell you it's kidnapper. When you put pressure on them, they look for somebody and victimize, kill the person. And then the next thing you hear is some hoodlum. If they are not hoodlum, they call them cultists. But these are our youth they are killing. They don't know what they don't know why they were killed. And so I ask you, how are you guiding your action? Oh, we got to wait for Mazen Nandekano. He's doing it. He got to save us. He got to save us. Mazen Nandekano got to save us. What are you doing if you believe in this noble project? What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? The only reason why men are willing to die for Biafra, it is because of this noble idea that I want you to begin to dig in. For others, the reason or their mindset behind what we do may be in favor or against, which will be guided by some idea. We must not forget that legend or story, it is all about where we come from and who we are about to become. You must understand that when you talk about this noble idea, how much you have prized it, how much you appreciate it, how much action you are willing to take to ensure that it's restored, it boils down to one thing. Either you have this noble idea and intention, or you don't have. But it will boil down to two things. Whether I become legend, from legend to story, it is all about two things. Where are we coming from? And what we are going to become. That is what gives birth to nobility. And I sit down every day and I follow back the footprint of our fathers, back to as far as my mind can carry me. I see everything they have done, the sacrifice they have made, the achievement they have achieved. If I come here and say back to your roots, I want you to see who they really are. And each time I look deep into it, I am more humble. I am more proud that they were my ancestors. When I look at them in terms of medical advancement, I can assure you that there is nothing that have been accomplished by the world today that we do not have. Have you ever wondered how they carry out operation in those days? Do you know there are men and women alive, Biafrans of course, who can embark on you a surgical operation and you will eat up that day and walk away out of this local native doctor, witch doctor as you call them? I'm telling you they did it. I'm telling you they have a lot of achievement. I understand that when the first imperialists invaded Africa, somebody shot gun in Anambra. They found a hunter in Anambra with gun. They don't tell you all this history. Who manufactured that gun? Do you know there is a community in Abia State where it is and they are anointed to manufacture gun? Do you know that community now, almost all their youth have been cut down by the Nigerian army and Boko Haram? Do you know they deliberately carry out these things? Do you know that Nigerians have organization that is known as Initiative Eradication Ministry? Nigerians have a special ministry. Their job is to go and destroy initiatives. They have their vehicle parabolating everywhere. They say Ministry for Eradication of Initiatives in Nigeria. Because they want all of you to turn to Aboki. You won't have common sense to reason again. Noble idea is all about who we used to be. We are the children of warriors. We are the children of great warriors. We are the children of inventors. We are the children of the best Homo sapiens that have walked on this earth. We are the children of those generation of 1967 who built aeroplane without going to Kwankwaraso University in America or Torotoro University in China. We are the children of people who built telecommunication gadgets without consulting China or Japan. We are the people who were able to separate crude oil from fuel to petrol to grease to silpas. We were the one who built refinery at our backyard without consulting Brazil or America. We are the children of those people who build ship, build submarine. We are the children of those people you starve to death for 3 years and they survive. We are the children of those people who could fight an army of the world with firewood and stick without even machete. We are the sons of our father, and this is the reason why we pride when it comes to the issue of Biafran phenomenon. We say we will not apologize. This is who we are. If you don't see this, you can never put your life on this journey. How many of you think today your son will look at you and be proud of you? What is your achievement? A theft? A political theft? A saboteur theft? Tell me one man. Tell me one man in Nigeria who is noble, not to talk of having noble idea. I listened to one young man supposedly in one of those useless audio they are circulating. And the man said, do you know that Wolonsho Inca, who is a Northern, how do they speak the English? Lorraine Nobel? Do you know what it means to be a Lobe Nore or Nore Lobe Ndiara? Do you know a whole Wolonsho Inca? And I weep. And I weep. If the world choose to recognize somebody who wrote Lion and the Jewel, Test by Moonlight. My children have started writing novel, even in primary 6, kindergarten. My children, bigger than that of Wolosho Inca. So you write a Lion and the Jewel. One day, the lion went to the farm, and the lion now saw jewel. The lion now carried the jewel, and he now chopped the neck. And the Onyibe will come, hey, he's a Yoruba man, hey, he's a Lorraine Obe, hey, he's a professor. Only things fall apart. Take all the book Wolosho Inca wrote, put them together. Just join it together. You will see it is not up to things fall apart. We are not talking about the arrow of God. We are not talking about there was a country. We are not. How many are you going to talk about? How many? He's not a Lauren Nobel. But you normally as Igbo man, you dare compare the lives of China Achebe to Wolosho Inca. How can you fight for Biafra when you do not see the nobility in our blood? How can you fight Biafra? You will only be finding fault. This is what we want you to see. Talking about nobility is, first of all, go and find out who you are. Each time they see it, they tell Igbo we are domineering, Igbo we are in charge of the civil servant, Igbo we are in charge of here, Igbo we are in charge of here. Only one Fulani idiot who went to school, Amadu Bello. What did he come for? I remember that before I came to this land, of course he acknowledged he's a stranger. That my people were not alive to their responsibility. And now, as far as I can see, they are turning up from higher institutions of learning, and I will make sure that no Igbo man will walk again, no Niger Delta man will walk again, even Yoruba, we will renegotiate their stand. And as far as I can tell you, if we don't have Hausa Fulani to do the job, we will give it to British government. Just because they have only 3 graduates too. That is why I tell our people, when you tell the history of anybody, don't garnish it, don't paint it, because we are who we are. This is all that is left for us. When I see some people telling history, you are trying to garnish it to undermine anybody. Do not do that, it will not take you anywhere. Help them to see the truth. If they cannot see where they are coming from, how do you think they know where they are going to? Help them to see the truth. What is behind nobility in what you are doing is that we went back to who we were. And then there were graduates everywhere. I am still trying to figure out. I am still praying to God. How did it happen? How did it happen? There was a film we used to watch in those days. They call it Ichoku. Ichoku was a drama, an Igbo epic film that actually projected how the Igbo were communicating with the terrorists, the imperialists, the invaders. They called themselves the colonial master. And when a terrorist appears before the village, he speaks English. And we don't understand English. And so there is still somebody in the village who interprets the English. In that Uchoku, the interpreter may not interpret perfectly, but he was actually communicating. It was a comedy anyway. The man will say, you tell them, I will kill them and find them 10 goats if they don't comply. Then the interpreter will say, now obora unebutaria G 10 pieces. No gafion. Everybody will shout, hey. Iboma will say, what did he say? What did they say? Why are they shouting? He said, I just told them what you told me. I said you are going to collect 10 yam. But whatever you say, that interpreter, no matter how dumb that man, ignorant or naive the man may be, who taught him how to speak English? Not until you begin to appreciate them. Yoruba will always write your history. Do you know before the invent of IPOB, Yoruba is the one who wrote all your history as Igbo man? As a Niger Delta man, do you know Yoruba is the one who wrote your history? If you do not tell them the Yoruba wrote their history before, you want them to believe you and say they are not Niger Delta? Double idea. People fought for it because they know their true identity before now. If we are the son of chicken, let's remain chicken. Why trying to grow teeth when you know you are chicken? But if we are the children of the lion, let's remain lion. Let us grow claws. Don't you understand what I mean? You must find out who you are. Find out who your fathers are. Every nation that strives today understand that. Who was our father? Who is your father? Where do I come from? Honestly, I don't come from a community of people where you break bottle, they run. I come from community of people, when you break bottle, we pick the pieces and chop and swallow it and ask you what next. Their blood flows in my vein. And so, if you know the kind of person that I am, before you break blood, you will know you will break bottle. You will know you want to feed me. Where I come from, if you break bottle, we pick the pieces and chop it for you before we respond to you, so you can break more. This is the son of who we are, and that is why some people are narrating, and I'm just looking at them. But you don't know who your father is. That is why most of us keep shouting, they are killing us, they are killing us. Did I say they are not killing people in Delta? Come to our land and then kill and walk away like that. You will understand what you are doing. You will kill, of course, but we will respond. No, come and kill us now. We can come out and say, Kawa this, Kawa that. Oh, they are killing our boy, they are raping our boy. Go and ask those people. They have a testimony. I'm happy for the broadcast our leader, one of the audio our leader played in his last broadcast. The man says, see, it doesn't matter who he is. Leave our bushes, come inside the town and rent house. Oton, according to Yoruba. Fulani herdsmen, if you like, bring executive order, bring governor order, Boko Haram order, do anything you want. The only thing we tell you as human being, because you are not an animal, Fulani, leave the bush and come and rent house and live like human being. That is how man talk. Because they know the son of who they are. Are we invincible? No. We know where we are coming from. And now you see, your fathers were warrior. Your fathers were brave. But you know nothing about them. You cannot fight for what they represent. You cannot. I look at a Biafra. A time in Biafra land when our brothers, all of them will come home. When our sisters, all of them will come home. I look forward to Biafra where nobody will judge you because you are Igbo, because you are Niger Delta, but they will see you for who you really are. I'm looking for a Biafra where we can see electricity without interruption. I remember my late younger brother. The night he landed in India in midnight. And while I was calling the other of my brother to go and receive him, I was having a conversation with him in the phone. The first thing he told me is, brother, I'm in heaven. I said, what do you mean that you are in heaven? He said, this place they say is in the night, but it look like daytime. He said, brother, this is heaven. In my heart, I weep. Because I know India is not as civilized as heaven. I know a lot of Indians are beggar, living below abject poverty. But there was something in India that makes my brother said, Indian is like heaven. Maybe it's in Mumbai, maybe it was New Delhi. But certainly that place was good. I know they used to say that Dubai is a desert. But Dubai has broken every law of advancement. Yes, they have the tallest building in America. Dubai say no, the tallest building have to be in Dubai. Yes, they have Destiny Island. Dubai asked Destiny, come and build for us. Destiny say no because they want to remain the best. Dubai say, very good, well, then we will build the Dubai land. Dubai is breaking all the record. I want a Biafran like that. I want a Biafra where you will be ashamed that you are a Fulani herdsman. You will be ashamed to associate with Allah. All the people sing Biafra sing answering Allah, the Allah children. Go and watch them. It's poverty that led them there. One of the things my father told me as a child is that if you see any Igbo man, any Ijaw man, any Biafra man becoming a Muslim, know that they are hungry people. They think they can fool Fulani and then become Muslim, collect money and run. So what did this Fulani Hausa and do to them now is that they put them under oath. Oath that we kill them sharply. If you have a brother who is a Muslim, you think they are going to repent, you lie, they are under oath. The same oath that will make your governors not to respond to you, they are under the same oath. If you know who you are, you truly know your father, there are things you do not do. There are things you cannot do. And I tell you, if you don't know who they are, go and find out. And I do not see how somebody can come and beat his hand in the chest and tell me my name is Teresa Johnson. I am a Niger Delta. Are you not an idiot? Since when did the Niger Delta people begin to answer Teresa Johnson? Are you not insane when you tell me that you are Androma Fosen and you are from Enugu? Can you tell me exactly when Enugu people begin to answer Androfoma Fosen? And you want me to debate with people like that? It is for record purpose that I allow George to remain in my name like this. Somebody say, oh, he's hiding, he's dodging. I'm not dodging, I'm not hiding. I will tell you how it functions. I know my father. I know who my ancestors are. And I tell you who they are. Call some people now. The only thing they know, oh, my father was a servant for Igbo people. They now give him brick. Your father's name is Brick. And when we are talking about our father, you are talking about your father. You don't know you are going to see your father inside block industry. That is where they make bricks. Now you understand. Now you see why some people will never fight for Biafra to restore. Their father is brick. Some of them, their mother is a snake, Linda. Oh, Linda. You now understand why they will not fight for that. I ask you this morning, I challenge you this morning, I remind you this morning that in the spirit of Remembrance Day, this 30th of May 2020, the year of Chukwokika Biama, that we go back and begin to build up noble idea behind Biafra. We begin to find out where we are coming from. Why Yoruba, Hausa, Fulani will kill all of us if we do not stand to protect our land. So we'll find out where we are coming from in order to appreciate where we are going to. I'm trying to see a country where I can be at the embassy and they look at me and show me respect. Not because I have money, but because I'm one of them. Can you kill a Caucasian man and walk away freely? The whole media will descend on you. I'm looking for a country where all the media will work one purpose: for the good of Biafra. For the good of Biafra. I'll be back in a minute.
This is my song for freedom. They call me Chris Jokey. Even though I walk through the valley of shadow of death, I fear no evil, for still God damn is always with me. Yeah, He's always with me. And the sun will rise. My brothers will be coming home. Yeah, we made it through the sun to home. We gave our blood to redeem our land, and the time is too late to join me. Let us get it now, now. With happiness we all rejoice, 'cause we are, yes, we are the children of God. I am talking about a holy land, yeah, where God will always reign, and the sun will shine again. So we the people rejoice, yeah, where no one will tell me, yeah, that my song is suicidal, that I will lose my life for singing songs, where there is freedom of speech. Mr. Menfor will remind us
you. A leader. Holy, 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 Nandekano is another Savior. Holy, 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 Nandekano is another Savior. Ikuku kucha kucha na mugawa Biafra gadigi de baby ebio. The chance wecha angu awa Biafra gadigi de baby and the sun will rise. My brothers will be coming home. They'll not to the land to snow. Lay my life to redeem my life and the life soon lay. Join me, let us get it now. Of course, the sun will rise and our brothers and sisters will be coming home. Of course, even if it has to be that we give up our life for that, they must come back home. Try and find out who you are. You will be able to appreciate where we are going to, and then you will key into this noble idea behind the Biafra Restoration Project. At this moment, our lines are open. Do not forget we are still in the period of fasting and praying, in period of mourning, remembering those men and women, brave ones, I must tell you, the best of the kind, I must tell you, who gave their life for us. Do not forget that. Our WhatsApp line is 070-815-45642. 070-815-45642 is our WhatsApp line. I repeat again, 070-815-456 is our WhatsApp number. I beg your pardon, and then I repeat that WhatsApp again, 070-815-45642. And then our direct line is 081-221-52971. 081-221-52971 is our direct line. And of course, the special number for the female is 081-288-58614. 081-288-58614 is our direct line. Caller on the line, hold on for me. Caller on WhatsApp, hold on. Caller on the line, your name and where are you calling from?
Onyibe.
Monitoring Spirit. Good morning from here. Go ahead, please.
You have done what you're supposed to do for your people. And you must be remembered forever. Our ancestors are very, very happy with you. They are resolute with you in the spirit and in the human flesh. They are resolute with us because you are the reincarnated spirit of our ancestors. Nobody can stop the quest for restoration of Biafra. Nobody. I'm not a judge. This is a different generation from 1967. Anything the world wants, give it to them. You must stop Biafra. Our leader, President Bikano, is the savior of trust. The savior of the whole world power. They don't know. Look, let me tell you, Biafra, you don't know who you are. If you know who you are, you will just give them 14 days and take Biafra and come back home. With that bloody John and say Biafra. The day the name of Supotika Biafra. Dara. Our need is just showing you people. Let you people don't know that man crazy, the highest crazy man at the back of our leader. Dara. We are not talking with Biafra. Yesterday, the first one. You kill our ancestors, you kill our for something to you, and you're still there. Come in there, tell it back.
They are claiming Yoruba. Hey, is a Yoruba very intellectual? I tell you, any Yoruba who will fight for the disintegration of Nigeria is an Igbo man. I'm telling you. Yoruba don't have any reason why Nigeria should divide. No reason whatsoever. So they will have seaport. So why are we going to deceive ourselves? Okay, let's deceive ourselves. Oh, who told you can deceive them? You think that time you were learning, they didn't learn? Is that what you think? No Awusa Fulani, no matter how they prefer to be killed by Boko Haram, Fulani herdsmen, than to let Nigeria divide. Don't you see some of us from Niger Delta? We tell you, it's better Awusa will take our way than Igbo man to rule us. Can't you see the disease that need to be cast out? I mean, how do they speak the grammar? Cut off? If somebody from Niger Delta, of course, we all know what we need to know about that. Hey, I'm Niger Delta. I prefer Hausa Fulani to take my oil than my brother Igbo to take it. Don't you see the disease? You can't change them, and it's Yoruba you want to change. It's Hausa you want to change. You want to change Fulani, no problem. Begin to change them. At least before 10 years' time, we would have converted them. They are the one ruling you. Now they go to their church and they use your brain. You are changing them because you don't know whose sons that you are. My brother, just hit the nail on the head.
My Onyibe, thank you so much. Biafra.
Biafra must come.
Chukwuka has died, not human being. Chukwuka has destined that Biafra must be restored. And through our leader, Lord, and he has shown it. And our leader has reached to the point that anybody who is not on the line, anybody who is not an IPOB, so that we will push this flag to push. Then, when Biafra is restored, look for where to go, because Biafra, I want to
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Everybody must hear Biafra. We must understand what is at stake. We must begin to look at the noble reason behind what we are doing. Today, some people, some Biafrans will be debating and say if the house in Dubai, the tallest building in the world in Dubai, is 200 feet, let us build our own 400 feet. People will be reasoning. Today, what is are we reasoning? How to sabotage IPOB. Even people inside IPOB are thinking how to sabotage their own brother. Even the Nigerian people, how to kill Nigeria. Even the politicians. Look at how you people are reasoning. Nobody's reasoning the way forward. How to dominate, how to conquer, how to rule, how to oppress. Your brain you have a sick brain. If you are not thinking the good of humanity, you are thinking like Bill Gates. Poison Africa, give them drug. If they don't take the juju or juju of coronavirus, don't let them come out. Put them lockdown, kill all of them, and that person will tell me it's a human being. God will punish that person. And your governors are getting money. Doctors, all of you are making money. The more people you kill with poison and say it's coronavirus, the more money you make. What are you people hiding? You people are living in illusion. You can call it conspiracy theory. The world has moved ahead without you. Antichrist, come, we are waiting for you. Anything God did not permit will not happen, no matter who is behind it. Use your time travel machine and do what you are doing. We have been there before you got there. That is why when I look at the people making effort, coronavirus now cannot work. Of course, it has gotten to a certain area, but it will not be on your own term. The same way those of you saying, oh, we're going to stop Biafra, it's not up to you. Brother on WhatsApp, are you still there?
Yes, so Onyibe, Lia.
Ndo nanekere. Ndo, go ahead, please.
Yeah. Now, when on Kobe, Lakwa from Deutschland. First of all, let me use this privilege to say a very big thank you to our able leader and deputy, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and Mazi Uchimefo. My contribution this morning is that these are people who call themselves professors, lawyers, and doctors who read very well, who said they are educated and they're intellectual and all that. Why can't they ask themselves question? Why is that in Nigeria we can't produce anything? And in, let's say, 50 years ago during the war, our forefathers, our fathers that we are not proud of, people who say they are evil, they were able to provide, they were able to build plane, they were able to build ship, they were able to build rockets, they were able to build so many things. Up to date, Nigeria cannot build even bullets. Is that not a shameful thing? Are we going forward or we are going backward? Because of the hatred of Igbo man, because of the hatred of the Biafrans, Nigeria has remained useless.
The only
for over
thing
50
Nigerians
years.
have been thinking Is how do we take Igbo land? How do we kill Igbo people? How do we steal oil? How do we kill them? They are talking, oh, how do we chase IPOB? Nigerian agenda has not been more than that. And it is pathetic. Some of us, Biafrans, key into it. Nothing more, nothing less. Go ahead, please.
Because we should ask ourselves question: where are those people who build these things? If this Nigeria that we are all calling ourselves one Nigeria, if they truly mean well for us, why not call these people and ask them to start producing for us so that we'll begin to sell to the outside world? Why must we go and buy bullets, buy gun, everything we know we can produce just because of the hatred of an Igbo man? So sometimes our people should ask themselves questions. We should begin to ask questions. Where are we going to? Which direction? What are we thinking? Because this country called Nigeria, if we don't destroy Nigeria, Nigeria will destroy every one of us. Even the Fulani, even the Yoruba, even the Hausa, everybody will die. This Nigeria will kill every one of us. It is high time we should just stand up and destroy this zoo called Nigeria. Our people, all these politicians who are doing all these things, to my own point of view, I think it is high time we begin to assassinate them, because these people are not going to let go of us. These people are going to kill all of us. They have chased all of us all over the world. If you come to this country where I am, you will see 30 Nigeria before you see one other African countries. Everywhere you go, Nigeria. Everywhere you go, Nigeria. Even in the pit, there is Nigeria. In the heaven, there is Nigeria. In fire, there is Nigeria. And all this Nigeria you see all over the world is our people. You will not see Fulani here. You will not see any Hausa here. These people are frustrated to the extent that even our land, we can't stay in our land. And now they are coming to take over our land. Our people should wake up. Iwe du weku we si neka nlegude we meda kwangbo we mekwa nsile lose nwa hun ndagbenyi ki ohun
we go law po maka funfun ri law we lu eba hun ebe ndi ozo ta funfun run we di na we pupu ikanyu ehun we bi orogodo ni we hu here dey many unu bi orogodo no ahun na ndu anya agwale we wa agwo nu ndi orogodo cho na ebu no ano join IPOB unu ro ni onwonyu ari yi neka Rieba we son ndi du e son ndi awusala ndi ozo. Rieba we son we ndi Yoruba we ho achacha onu ishi. O magunu ejanlo ha no no mare ne ndi ni ndi ni reje eme. E ball no rele ndi agbo. Onu po anu nwa wo ndi agbo. Itehigun ro me na nyo no ashapale. Onu po anu ho akpo we kanu we da to ekpore. Si we bia no we hu korogodo no. Si we bia no we hu kidumesa no ka le we no.
Onyibe nwa ozemize orue shiwe orue anwụtọ we muka ewezukọ ewe ndị Yoruba every day every time ize we zem sike mende ndị na una adleru iroro weru ebe nwara bie we bikonye onye si n'ọkpagbe okane nwe ihe we nwụọ nlegu ndị na si osoro bu chukwu dodo ye na ya ka ime ndagbo dodo lihi n'ọtọ ihe na-erugwu alio ihe na ebidole ndị ọzọ da nwa ali enyi. Even in daily life, but themselves, they lay him on supposing, lay him on supposing, and walk on him, not on him, and say, oh, so no boy, because Ndagbenye, Omika, we make Bolem.
Yamarin in the Yoruba Ragwagon. Onyo ole hore Sony Yoruba, Buena Saponanya, we jelog, Wagwa Hutala, Yamandi Yoruba, a Bogwe Chaliani. Wa dore ndi ohushimo loka we ndi ohura ejogwa agwopu ibreni chukuyewe oburu chukuyewe ndi Yoruba agwopu gwa ebe ndi nkere iro na anya we kwere je mi helu hieri me bia de lebele cha ndi Yoruba ratu ndi kpo enyi me nyire yi ndi Fulani ndi Yoruba we ka ndi Fulani njo iwa agwa we na ndi Yoruba enyi nwa na ndi Hausa abia yin ka hu ihe gbu na je enyi anya agbachi nkete ndi nkanyi we loje ba hu we eje onwe we gbu ale oga ruba man onye re mu nwewe tika ne nworo awe ho akpo pohane onye ole pohane ichupu ndị na ali anyi anyị je konide weri alewe na ichupu wali anyi onye ole je da zefa na die we nwaro na mebi anyi egi ọrụ wele chani ri oyi ali ndị oyibo nwene mi buzo nwene hu nso a meje ego mko na agwo jije ali ndị ọcha ndai ngahu 1996 mewepu ego mji nwene nshi ali ndị ọcha 1996 ole kanre mejipu wele chane kanu nwe ohu meme ejipu ni we kanu ejade ebume cocaine onu ejade ezumohi onu ejade agbamama se de nu eji hani mego Yeah, mbu airport nshipu when so uwa him boy see you ye me go that day ni women sobu. Ma agwa we ya. But when you wepu ha we ye mi here ni me weka. Nke we kana yo konwe so that no nyo le takeme no wewe. Kan onyo many opugu oru ebore. Ozo ebola tobo. Mpokolo ka nye ndi ohun opu. Ule jocha ka ndi onwe ndi po na eba ho. And onye ole wepu anya uwo hehu we kanya ho law and we bu law wa ho no la ho we bu ato anya resa. Thank you very much, my brother.
All right, bros.
We must continue.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. Biafrans across the globe must understand the truth cannot be overemphasized. What is coming is what most of us are not seeing. Or rather, we see them and we want to pretend they never exist. But I ask you this morning, put a little touch of nobility to what we are doing. If you are tempted to say we insult people, please tell your brain that you're a reprogrammed brain and say, but they are not killing people like Fulani headsmen. Please turn your anger and your biased mind to Yoruba Wosa Fulani and remove it from where we are. Because everything we have done here so far is to defend ourselves. We have not reciprocated yet. Are you there, caller on WhatsApp?
Yes, Onyibe.
Good morning from here. Go ahead, please.
Yes, my name is Onyibe. I'm calling from Yaoundé, Cameroon. I'm an for other what people don't understand what we are talking about. IPOB. As you join IPOB, some of us think we are trading on a business, like a business and game. At least a place that you can put one. Understand? So we are talking about indigenous people of Biafra. Means that you yourself, your part of it. If you are, you say you're not an indigenous, what makes you a Biafra then? I don't just understand. And a walk IPOB. Some of us still think it as a no business, no something, no somewhere. Because you felt that the young man that is piloting the iPod telling you the truth. Open up mother de car or what you reek about Potosia Legase, Mother no way, Mother name, Mukodi Hemegolo. Oji struggle with that stupid man, we saw everything back here. You hear the message about we are talking about IPOB. They say they want to achieve Biafra, achieve. But we are restoring what our great fathers. You don't even understand that simple English. You hear the garden. So many times I look to the brain of our people. See, in you were thinking that no, maybe you are going to do your own work according to your rights, for goodness sake. People are some outside there looking for any moment to come and they will be out there. Some are there looking for a way to home head. God is showing them make it Biafra come. And was the case when one churches are what I will put Biafra. Because and there's a lot of them I never know Cameroon here. When you are talking to them, if we want to travel, even though you have your greener pastor, even though you have the Obodo, you will be paying that to 2,000. Each police gendarmerie bus stop, you have to pay the 2,000. We are being seen like nobody everywhere. Here in Cameroon, can they go to Makia? Go a place in Mama a throw stone about here. Then how can somebody Gabon or the reasonable because you have some money or you have built a house here in Cameroon? Now you will be
those people that build house in Cameroon, tell them to take a little minute and wish that house they built in Cameroon was in their town. Tell them to imagine the value, but they cannot because they can't see the noble idea behind the idea of trying to restore Biafra. Go ahead.
That is the you will be talking, you'll be yapping, what is IPOB? What passport are you with? I'll be looking at them. I say, look at your brain. Let's just reset our brain for once and think, no, Amaka. Oh, no. That's the very thing we are talking about. That's no place like home. We are being chased around like fool. Here in Cameroon, I'm telling you. Frankly speaking, I don't cut like this. A set here of rubbish about it. You try anything, they will come for you. Eh? About that. If wipe up, everybody walk tiger, are you stupid? That young man has been crying, beating. Now go since 2009. Nobody want to listen to him. Now all these things are because I could remember 2015 before Oweba please himself. He said something. He said, Fulani is coming. Give the 20. The 20. I don't want to good luck, see, young man, but come and decide the clear Republic. Nobody would do any harm to you. I know when this man was fighting, since where is those no Shianina and Namdekana will die where you die? My teacher, my superior, Where are those criminals? When that young man was good, no 100 man can need you. Why you people don't understand him? Mazo Ida wants to tell you one thing. Do one about my brother. The very, very strong. Because I say once you become a fearless in life, you become limitless. May God bless you, my brother.
Thank you. We are not going anywhere. It is truth that brought us here, and it is my intention that this truth will take us home. Can you hear me, caller on the line? Caller on the line. Of course, we lost that caller, inching closer to the end of this program. Biafrans across the globe, just try and go back a little bit to who your father is. And look at what you have become today. Eh? Look at what you have become today. All because of Yoruba people. Today now, who are we fighting? Eh? Somebody who don't even know his father's name is the person you want to give attention to. Are you still there, caller on WhatsApp?
Good morning, my brother George Onyibe.
Good morning from here.
Yeah, my brother, I don't know where to start, but I will start with giving all the glory to Almighty Chukwu Okike Abịama. Onye nwe m na Chineke mma wụrụ onye ndu anyị ọsọ ya ga-asụ asụsụ eluigwe. Brother George Onyibe, please permit me to pray in the heavenly language.
My brother, go ahead.
Ezi onye nwe m na Chineke ma ana m ekele gị n'ụbọchị nke taa. Ọ kachasị chiri m ndụ anyị ndụ anyị dị ndụ ruo n'ụbọchị nke taa 29 that we are waiting upon the Lord. That anyị na-eche gị onye nwe m na Chineke m na-ekele gị ihe ọma imere all the things i mere na anyị na-asịkwa gị nna ndị nke a lara ọbara ụmụnna anyị n'ihi. O nna nkwọ ga-ewetara ihe ọjọọ, eke ga-ewetara ihe ọjọọ, ori ga-ewetara ihe ọjọọ, afọ ga-ewetara ihe ọjọọ. Ana m asị gị onye nwe m na Chineke m mkpụrụ obi ụmụnna anyị ndị a egbugidere shite mgbe ekere this contraption till today. Nna ana m asị gị biko nna ekpere anyị wụ ka iwe eko ọpụ mmụọ ha ka ha ghara ga-ezu ike ka ha pụọ njem n'abalị taa. Ndị dum niile gburu ha shite n'ala nke Biafra ndị na ego la ụmụnne ha n'ihi asị m ụbọchị nke taa ewu nna mee ka mkpụrụ obi ha pụta gaa njem wee revenge. Nna ana m asị gị ọkwụ taa ka ọ dị na Fulani, Yoruba, anybody onye ọbụla tinyere aka hụ ndata ya egbuchiri ndị nke ụmụ Chineke wu ndị Biafra. Ana m asị ọgụ ha dịrị ha na mma n'ụtụtụ, ọgụ ha dịrị ha n'ihi, ọgụ ha dịrị ha n'abalị. Ọgụ ha anyị na-alụwa ọgụ mmụọ Chineke nna ga-arise and then lụọrọ anyị ọgụ a anyị ga-enye ekele na otito na mbuli elu ebe ise. My African rape, nwanne m, may the Almighty God strengthen you. May He protect you. May He guide you. May He give you the strength to do this fabulous job which you are doing. And before I proceed, I want to thank my supreme leader, wherever he is, hearing my voice. I say, may the Almighty Elohim shelter him and shelter his deputy as the Almighty Elohim shelter him. Protect them. Protect every hardcore Biafra, every hardcore Biafra who is working day and night in his own little capacity to make sure that we restore our fatherland, our motherland. May the Almighty protect and guide each and every one of us. In the mighty name of Chukwu Okukabiam, I pray. He say, my brother, I want to pray again for the contraction called Zoological Republic. My Lord and my God, Chukwu, God Almighty Father, who made heaven and earth. Father, my Lord and my God, I pray for Nigeria. I pray for those called Nigeria, that Almighty God, you will arise. Every evil they have committed in Biafra land, I pray that you will bless them with that evil from this moment of the day. They shall never see any good. The evil they perpetrated in our people shall turn against them. This battle belongs to Almighty God, who created heaven and earth. You will arise and fight our battle, and we shall rejoice and give glory to your name. The entire humanity will hear of what you have done in Biafra land and say of it true. These are the children of the Most High God. These are the true children of the Most High Elohim. In the holy name of Chukwu Okukabiam, I pray. He said, Brother George Onyibe, I have no much to say. I just pray. I thank you for what you are doing. And I pray that every Biafran will do the needful. Anything you know, no matter how little it is, if it is only to pray, if it is only to just sacrifice something for this Biafra, do it in your little way. Let no man know what you are doing. Do it in your own strength. Not
Of course, that is.
I want to use this opportunity to call the World Igbo Congress, that Almighty God will descend upon them today. Every Biafran man, that let the spirit of our dead Biafran chastise them and would never allow them to rest until they realize their mistake and do the needful. And anyone who refuses to do it, may the spirit of those massacre Biafra hunt them down, hunt their family down. In the mighty name of Chukwu Okukabiam, I pray. My brother, I rest my case here. May the Elohim bless you and guide you. Amen.
Thank you very much. It is important our people begin to really consider who we are, where we are, and so we can be able to appreciate what we are doing in IPOB. What our leader has said to do. Don't let anybody deceive you. The best we can be is when we are Biafra, not when we are one Nigerian sort of thing or one concocted name or one thing somewhere else. You that have a building in China, imagine if that your investment is into be your village. One of the greatest things that make Nigerian paranoid, Ochanja market you see today was one of the biggest market, of course, the biggest market in Africa. The biggest market in Africa was Ochanja market. Today, look at what Yoruba have done to all of you. We are talking about trade fair. Oh, we are talking about the Ladipo. We are weeping. Do you know some army, the greatest achievement of their life was just to come and steal one geisha outside in from Ochanja market? You don't know. So you think that Ochanja market is the one we are talking of? Ochanja market was the biggest market in Africa, followed by Aba. That you don't know. Today you are dying over one canal in Lagos. Yoruba finish all of on our head on I know this. Hey, Yoruba this, Yoruba loving, Yoruba daddy. Tufiakwa. Onye mono ya no rekonama. Have you imagined if that your Ladipo, that your trade fair, that your Ali Balogun is somewhere in Enugu, is somewhere in Abia State, even in somewhere in Abo? Have you ever imagined if that seaport in Lagos is somewhere in your Niger Delta? Are you not ashamed? If I don't know. Go and ask all the idiots, oh, we are Niger Delta. Although that seaport in Lagos, imagine if it's back of Dixon house, it's back of Wike house, it is back of a Yade house, it is back of Okowa house. Don't you have what it takes to have international seaport? You have land itself, they won't allow you to have international airport. Is this seaport they give to you? And then you are justifying your stupidity over your gullible, hopeless one Nigeria. And then when we come, we say, oh, you people are very educated. God will bless you. Thank you for betraying us. Thunder will fire all of you. Bonyuku Konyantampaka Mabuono, Iboboke Mebuono. Until you see how stupid you are, you will be hearing it one way or the other. But nothing stops us from telling you you are holy, you are darling, you are this. But you simply cannot fathom the danger that surrounds us. Today, you will not say you didn't hear this gospel. Today, you will not say you don't know what we are doing here. Do you know why? Because a testament is against you already. That you are telling us that we insult you. And you have never raised your voice against Fulani herdsmen. Miati Allah, Boko Haram, Yoruba pastors, Lamido, Sanisu Lamido. You have never raised your voice against them. And then you condemn yourself the day you raise your voice against us. You condemn yourself the day you say we are evil. Of course, when we do bad, tell us we did bad. I take one more call and I sign off from this segment. Are you there, caller on WhatsApp?
Yes, Mazi, good morning. Good morning, Mazi Onyibe, Biafrans all over the world. I greet you this morning for the good work each and every one of us out there have been doing. I pray Mechuko Kikabiama Avasieba Keyon. Dion Okeruken Mufuiti Mufepewa. Mazi Onyibe, your brother is Daniel Lusoro. I called this morning to encourage each and every Biafrans all out there all over the world to keep on keeping on. Just like what you have been saying, telling our people they need to look back home. They need for our people to develop our home. They need for our people to leave the sentiment of our adversaries. They have given us all sorts of names. I remember the first time I was told I was a Niger Deltan by an uncle. You know, I remember how it felt to me. I thought maybe that was a sense of identity. I said, okay, of course, I have an identity, but not after we started reading wide and have the opportunity to be under such lecture like this, and we rediscover whom we are and we are aligned with the truths. So this very message is necessary. I tell my people that look, we decide to buy in the lies of the enemies and accept we decide to fight our people, fight our own brothers and sisters. Someone that is living in a boundary between Orochukwu and Akwa Ibom State will still be admiring Yoruba, still be admiring Fulani, and his brother is unaware of. Tell my people, you see how we are, that even almost all the whole lands that we have in Uyo, we are selling it out. We are selling it out, giving it out to people. And at the same time, we are still crying, calling one person or the other, saying that the German is the problem, saying that Igbo man is the problem, that this man is the problem. That why is it that we have not allowed common sense to prevail on us? That is the question. Why we have not allowed common sense to prevail on us? When we look at the way today, even the economy of the state is today, even in Akwa Ibom State, majority of the employment that is going on there outside of the civil service are being done by these very Igbo people who have come in to trade, who have come in to make the state a commercial state. So when we look at all these things that we tend to benefit from our brothers, and yet Fulani is bringing terror, Fulani is bringing disaster, Fulani is not employing anyone, Fulani is renting any house, Fulani is not adding any economic value to anybody, to anything. That are adding values to your own property, that is adding value. Today you go to you to price a piece of land, a property, you hear how much they will tell you because value has been added to it. A Fulani man can never buy these things. A Fulani man can never employ anybody, can never rent in the least 1,000 naira shop. A Fulani man will never. In Delta State, they are crying, give us opportunity to stay in the bush. Why not come out and stay in the township where every other person is staying, where people are staying, to add value to that very place? When we go to the north, when we go to Sokoto, we go to wherever we are we crying to their emirs to give us bush to stay or to give us a forest to stay? So this is the evil where we find ourselves today, the kind of travesty that is dwelling among our people. Tell people that the way things are, the way we have gotten to at this very state of in time, if we don't wake up to decide what we want, we will continue to cry and wallow in pains. Nobody can give us that freedom. Nobody can show us the way, or nobody can take us to the destination that we ought to be until we realize that this is where we want to go and brace up to get there. Enough of all this, enough of addressing things that are irrelevant, enough of speaking things that are so insignificant. Many of them out there are living their lives trying to confuse our people. Many of them who say they have spent 21 years fighting for freedom and nothing to show forth are opening their dirty mouth to tell us that IPOB is not reaching out, that this is Igbo thing, this is that. And you, what alternative have you provided? Who knows you in this struggle? Are we not all sharing the same pains? Are we not all sharing the same suffering? Are we not all sharing the same? Is our blood not being spilled? Is our blood not being spilled littered on the way? Are we not all victimized? Are we not all rendered useless? We talk about seaport. We talk about the opportunity to import our own goods into our own land. You don't have that opportunity, and yet you are talking about consultation. You are talking about reaching out. That it only shows that you don't know what you are. It only shows you are a baby looking for feeding bottle to feed, looking for someone to put feeding bottle in your mouth because you don't know whom you are. You need someone all the way from United Kingdom to come back to Nigeria and tell you, oh, my brother, you don't have light. Oh, my brother, I'm knocking at your door. You are supposed to have still 24 hours light. You are supposed to have basic social amenity. That is what we are sitting down waiting for. But thank God, God brought someone from United Kingdom all the way from United Kingdom to come back and knock our heads and remind us of what to do. And we are still looking for excuse to remain stupid. We are still looking for excuse to remain foolish. We're looking for reasons why we will be dormant. People are working, our leader is working day in, day out, night and day to reach out to our people, to speak to our people. And some of us still decide to sit down and listen to gossip. Some of us still decide to sit down and listen to things that are irrelevant and listen to gossip, because not everything you hear on the radio, because not everything that our leader will come out on radio and start telling you and start speaking to you about. All my very earnest prayer is this, that as for many that does not want the progress of these very formidable people, the indigenous people of Biafra, that they will all die in frustration. I saw one of them that day, how he was venting out his frustration. Frustration was written all over him because he is a total failure, an utter failure indeed. Mazi George Onyibe, I know you're about rounding up this morning. I greet Biafrans all over the world once again. This is Daniel Lusoro calling from Aba. Thank you very much, Mazi.
Thank you, my brother. The truth cannot be overemphasized. When we come now and say, oh, Fulani people are animal. Fulani people are animal. Idiot will come and say, how can you say Fulani is animal? But they are dragging to live inside the bush now. Who drags to live inside the bush? Oh, it's our right to live inside all the bush, yo. You know, we live inside the bush. Let us live inside the bush, yo. So they can carry out their evil. Animal, we rats, we boggle president office. Snake will swallow money. Python will come and dance in Biafra land. Then the remaining animal who live like human being are dragging your forest. And when we say, oh, these people are animal, he say, they calling us animal, they are insulting us. Are you not an idiot when you told you the word that snake swallow WAEC money? Snake swallow money from WAEC office. Are you not ashamed that you animal? That time you were telling them that Riden invaded the office of the imposter. Are you not ashamed? When you tell them that Python is coming to dance in Biafra land. Did you forget your animal when Crocodile was smiling everywhere in Niger Delta? Are you not an animal when you brought Operation Show of Muzzle, Eagle Eye, Eagle Nose, Eagle this one? Are you not ashamed? Now you are dragging to live inside bush. Ndiara. We continue remembering those who died because Biafra must be restored. I sign off from here. Be genuine, be sincere, be true, irrespective of whose fault is God. Goodbye as I sign off from here.
United Nation, you gave us law of self-determination. We followed your principles in freedom fighting. But why does the life of a black man doesn't matter to you all? Biafrans are being massacred in large quantities. Instead of getting help from you people, you got us shifting.
This is the story of Biafrans who died on the road of freedom.
This is the story of the motherless, searching for a lovely home.
They were shot by the military. No one knew what it all began.
A painful history, living a life of misery.
United Nations, why did you let the children die? United Nations, why did you let the children cry? United Nations, why did you let Biafrans fall? United Nations, why did you let the children fall? Did you let the children Did you let the children fall?
We are known for being blunt about the truth. Federal and world bodies can't even deny this obvious proof that these kids were starved to death. None of them were left. Together we stand against this ruthlessness.
You made us believe in you, you gave us your word, and now they are killing us and spilling our blood.
Pain, some misery. We've had enough. We've had enough. UN and the USA stand up for once. We've had enough.
We have been mourning our ruin in all the zones. Since the crashes of those great nations, we still haven't grown. We cannot second